Hi guys. I'm lucky enough. Oh, we have to sit a bit high because the camera's funny. But lucky enough here to have Breeze today. Breeze is my oldest. Oldest daughter. Here she is sitting with us today. And we were just going to go through and talk about what we have been doing and what we have done in homeschooling. Hi Sonia, hi John. What we've been doing in homeschooling, what we went through with Breezy, how things that we did that we would do again and that we learned from and that we enjoyed and we loved, and where she is in her life and what her experience was like with being homeschooled. And she's going to be just telling you how she feels about it. But with Breeze, as I've said before, hi Jackie, as I've said before, all different children have different learning styles, and with my 3 kids, they've got totally different learning styles, all of them. So one of the nice things about homeschooling is you can see their learning style and you can adjust accordingly and give them stuff that they need to help them learn with their own learning style. Okay, and Breeze over here. We're talking specifically about Breeze. Breeze is 18. She just turned 18 in May. Oh, sorry guys, sorry, adjusting my camera. And she's currently in first year university now. She is Breezy. I'm talking about you while you're sitting here. I know it's kind of weird. Anyway, she's gonna. It's not all good. I'm just talking about. I'm just gonna tell you like an overall of a story, and then she's gonna just tell you what she liked about being homeschooled and how it's helped her now, and is helping her at varsity. So she turned 17 in May. She's in first year of varsity now. She has been homeschooling since she was about 7. She went to grade 1. I took her out of school in grade 1 and then have homeschooled all of the kids since then. Okay, so she's been homeschooled for a long time. Home unschooled. Hi Sonia, can you see? And with Breeze, and the nice thing what we enjoyed about homeschooling was that we could see from an early age that she was very artistic, very musical, and because of it, she's written a book when she was like 6 and 7 that has been published already. This child, and she loves art and loves music, and she's been doing music for many years, and so because of that. She was able to have a lot of time to enjoy art and do a lot of art and spend a lot of time doing it. So that was really nice. And because of the time that we had of her being homeschooled, a lot of time she was able to spend doing those kind of things that she loved. And from an early age, she used to make her own movies and edit them herself. And we got the cutest movies of what they made when they were kids, her and her friends. And because another nice thing was that if I saw that she was interested in shooting movies or making movies, I would just go and get, movie programs, and then she would give them to her, and she would play with them, and she would figure out how to edit and how to shoot her own movies, and just go with that flow. And please jump in whenever, hey, if you want to say something about what I'm talking about. So that was really nice. She was given that opportunity to spend a lot of time researching and doing different kinds of courses and different kinds of things to feed her passion. And and hi Debbie. So what I just wanted to say that we did and that we are doing, that I would recommend highly that people continue to do with their kids, is you don't have to wait for certain ages or certain times in their life for them to do things. If they're interested in something, and I found with mine, when they're interested in something and they're passionate about it, even if they're only 7 or 8, and you think that, oh wait, they must be 16 before I teach them how to edit movies, or before they do certain things, you must just banish that from your mind. And that's what we did. So when she wanted to do something and was interested in, we went with it, because when a person is passionate about something and interested in something, they learn and they do the most amazing things with it. So Breeze, you can just say a few things maybe about like, what did you like about homeschooling? Just so people can hear from your perspective, because I'm always jabbering about you guys. So from your...
Basically, the biggest thing I would say is freedom. The thing everyone's always fighting for. And then you stuff your kids in. Never mind, okay. But freedom, yeah. So that would probably be the freedom to grow and learn and not be like stopped when you're on a roll. When you're just like going and you want to learn all of the stuff, but then, you know, in the school system, it's kind of, they're always like pulling you backward, which sucks, because it's horrible to have a passion for something and to have like an intense drive for it, and then to be like restrained and pulled back. It kind of like kills it. So yeah, that was the biggest thing. Yeah, and also in terms of relationships as well. Homeschooling was amazing. I know some people say, they probably hear this a lot all the time, homeschooling people are like weird, isolated people in the... No, that's not true. The relationships that you make in a homeschooling community is really, really cool and like family orientated, and they stick with you throughout your whole life. I've got homeschool friends that I'm still seeing this day, even though we've gone, you know, our separate ways. We're still like really good friends and stuff. So yeah, you make good, proper, real friends as well.
Friends for life.
Friends for life.
Yeah, speaking about friends and the community that she's talking about, which we would say, if now remember, this is like from our perspective to give people who are wanting to homeschool or homeschool what we have been through to guide them or help them or maybe inspire. Okay, so relationships, as far as they go, and what she's talking about is it's a whole family relationship. So you would, like, our children, her friends' mothers are her mother, and the mothers watching this are going to laugh now because they call her their daughter and she calls them mom. So the relationships that they have would be a family unit relationship with one another, and that's what she means. But now, speaking of Breezy, she's also very academic. So she enjoys writing, philosophy. When she was 15, she wanted to do philosophy. So she did philosophy.
Oh, yes.
Thankfully, my dad is a philosopher.
Extensionism! Reality!
So he did first year philosophy with her, and she really, really enjoyed it, and there was no reason why she didn't have to do it when she was ready and when she wanted to. So she did it, you know, when she was 14 and 15. And so the things that she was passionate and interested in, we allowed her to just go with and do. And when she was 16, she wanted to go in to study film. And she was doing a Cambridge curriculum, because she is academic and she enjoyed it, and she likes, she thinks that way, she likes writing and researching and things like that. So at the moment she's at varsity, and she had a big portfolio because she had been doing a lot of editing and movies and art and music and speaking at events and public speaking, and she had a portfolio that she had collected over time, and she sent her portfolio through to the varsity to look at. And she went to all the open days and everything at the varsity. Hi Edmore, how are you? This is Breeze. And she sent it through, and they actually invited her to go into the varsity before she had written her A-levels, which she was about to do. This year she was supposed to be writing her A-levels, but at the beginning of the year they invited her to come into the university to do her BA, Bachelor of Arts, Motion Pictures at AFDA. And so she was ready, and she was just ready to fly and ready to go. And another year of sitting doing the same thing over and over again, I think would have squashed you, hey? So we're just really, really excited and happy that she managed to get in. She didn't have to sit through another year of doing the same thing over and over again, and she got to go into varsity a year early. So that is just amazing. What do you think? What can I say? I'm trying to think what will benefit somebody watching this with a teen. Will encourage them, inspire them to continue. Something you can say if there's someone with a teen watching this to encourage them to continue homeschooling, or what they can add, you know. If you can think of something.
Well, it depends what kind of person you are.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on the person. But while you're thinking, then I'm just going to say...
If you want to go to school just because you want a cause to fight against something and, you know, going to school and beat up everybody, I don't know. So it sounds very weird, but that is some of the reasons why some kids want to go to school, because they want to just cause junk in the school. I don't know.
I mean,
it depends what kind of person you are.
So what you would feed the child, it gives up the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the social aspect, all those weird things about isolation is a giant lie. There's a lot of people around that homeschool. It's not weird people in the mountains, although they do exist. But so that,
what's wrong with weird people in the mountains?
I don't know. I would be a weird person in the mountains.
If you were left in the mountains.
I would love it.
So anyway, speaking from a person, a mommy, or a teenager who has survived, she only has a few glitches and twitches. She's not totally crazy. She turned out okay.
I'm fine.
We did have like wild times, though, I have to say, when you're an artist and you are a teenager.
Yeah, but that's just my fault. That's just my brain. Not everyone's.
And she's a very intense person. But having said that, again, because we were such a close family and we together and we close.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what do you want to say?
No, nothing. It's probably a bit harsh. I'm not going to say it.
What do you want to say?
I can't. No, just being, because in homeschooling, family is very important. You know, family is what holds communities together. And if, like, so often today, I feel like I see so many, like, it's depicted in movies everywhere. We're constantly, you know, thrown with it, of this idea that in your family, like, you're supposed to, like, hate each other. Like, the sisters hate each other, and, like, the siblings don't get on, and, like, they're always bratty and yelling at their moms. And I see that, like, everywhere, and it's because those families haven't had the opportunity to develop with each other and have a relationship with each other, because they never see each other, because the mom's at work, the dad's at work, the kids at school, the sister's in some other school somewhere else, and then it just becomes this thing where they're all just in each other's space, but they don't know each other. So it creates all this, like, conflict within the family, which isn't right, which shouldn't be how it is. You know, your family is like your core. That's where you come back for, you know, if you need strength or help with something, that's where you go. You know, family first. You're supposed to, in a community or with a bunch of people, you're supposed to put them first. You know, you're supposed to love them more than, you know, do you know what I mean?
Of course,
so
yeah.
It develops really, really good family relationships. And when you're a teenager, it sucks because you have to go through all that weird hormonal imbalance stuff, and then it's like, oh my gosh, my life, and then you realize that you exist, and then you fall into a giant vortex of existentialism, and then, yes, you have an existential crisis, a giant crisis, and you don't know what your point in life is, and you can either go, stuff off, I'm going to go do drugs and alcohol and all that, or you can go, oh my gosh, I'm a meaningless human being, or you can go, Jesus Christ, Saviour, and your life will be fine. But it's very, very difficult going through that phase, and if you don't have a strong family, like, rooting, it's a lot more difficult to get through that whole suicidal phase thing where you're all depressed and you want to die and you don't know what anything is, or, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens with everyone, but it seems like a lot. Like, all of my friends have gone through that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
She made it through.
And I made it mostly because I had really strong rooting and grounding, and you know.
Thank goodness. She
survived
her teens.
Yeah. So I think that's a very important aspect, is family.
Yeah. Words from the teenager's mouth. People should always have a teenager in their lives at all times. I say this all the time. At least one. So
either make you or break you.
So Bree's 18, our oldest child. She has made it through homeschooling, and would you homeschool your own kids? I just want to know.
There's no way I would put my kids in a school system.
Okay, but besides,
Illuminati.
What if the schools were really, really good schools? I mean, there are some amazing schools and amazing teachers out there.
It depends on the kid. It depends on the kid.
Yeah. Whether or not it's in a school.
Yeah.
So would you homeschool your kids? after your experience of being homeschooled?
Yeah, my first reaction would be yes, I want to homeschool. But obviously, if the kid was like all the time asking me to go to school, I'd be like, "Hell, try it out, Tim. Try it out, and come back crying." But,
okay. Having said that, there are amazing schools out there.
Yeah, I know.
And and she knows, and we both.
And yeah, some kids like school, man. Some
Yeah.
kids like school.
We both respect and honor teachers because we know it's a hectic job to be a teacher. So please no disrespect to teachers or schools and kids that are in school. Just her perspective and mine from being homeschooled. Okay. So signing off with Breeze. Thanks for being in the movie with us. In this video with us. And she is she's learning lots and enjoying varsity life and a lot of the stuff that she has learned from being homeschooled and being thrown into different situations and life situations and dealing with life stuff and being taken on expeditions with me when I go on them and being forced to take part in them and like wanting to take part in them and doing stuff as a whole in a family has really prepared her well for varsity. I can see now when she does the stuff that a lot of the stuff we've done because it was part of our life. So anyway, that's with Breeze. Chantal, nice to see you. Hey Mark. And we're going to be signing off. I hope this helps people that have teens, maybe inspires them when they're homeschooling or unschooling and gives them a sort of an idea of how they turn out, which is quite amazing, or how this one turned out.
But I say, depends on the person.
And she only has a few minor glitches.
Yeah, but that's not because of that's just
no, you're quite perfect.
Okay,
bye.
bye.
Bye, Chantal. Bye, Sean.